Now we should be live. Welcome to Warped Legacy. Oh, we have Daniel Moss here. We should be live. I need to mute that.
I do that every time.
I think we're not the only two that do that. I need to switch you over here. So when I look at you, I'm looking closer to the camera. Oh, I'll get this down eventually.
Practice makes perfect.
Oh, yeah. All right. Welcome to live stream. There is only, well, it says there's one person here, but I know there are two because two people have commented. So I'll wait for some of you to come in before I actually start talking. Maybe we'll only have 2 viewers. But I actually sent out some links this time that worked really well because the first live stream I made was private. So I sent out a bunch of private links that nobody can access unless they're on my account. So that's not going to work. So I had to start over and did it again. And now we're actually live. We've got Daniel Moss here. Say something, Daniel.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Nice to see you all. Whoever's there. I can't see who's watching. 5 people watching, are there?
Yep. So far, Brandon Cox said, you're late again, Twan. I know I'm late, but I'm not as late as last time. My wife said always. Uncle Buck Ford said, I'm here now too. My wife is talking a lot in the chat. Yo, maybe it's only me and Brandon, and we are your best ones anyways. Well, you're definitely the best one, and Brandon and Uncle Buck are awesome too because they're already here. So, and my wife said, "Oh, Buck." Okay. Oh, so yeah, that was an interesting start to this whole thing because I got Daniel all set up. We're all ready. He asked me for a link for the live stream, and I sent it to him, and I sent it out to all my places, and he tried to send it out to his, and none of it worked because it was a private live stream. So yeah, so I had to start all over and then resend all of those links. Oh. And now this is Daniel got a cup of tea. Do you got a cup of tea, Daniel?
I have.
All right. Nice cup. Nice cup.
That's the one you sent me, Twan.
Yeah. I recognize that. I got one like that too. Where is it? Ugh. This cup is not available.
You got one as well?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Show me. Oh, you're a legend.
Because this is the one I made, and then I bought it, and I was going to repackage it and put it in a bigger package, and then like decorate the package and send it to you that way. But it was like way cheaper just to buy a second mug and send it directly to you than it was to package it all up and send it to you.
It's probably because it was shipped in the UK, wasn't it? So it was made in the UK and shipped in the UK or something like that. So
yeah, it was something like that. Oh,
there's nothing in yours.
I got a drink here, so no, that's all nasty. I don't want to do that. That mug's just been sitting on my shelf over here, so it's full of dust and nasty. Otherwise, I'd fill it up with my milk here.
What's for breakfast this time?
I already had breakfast. Breakfast was just a bowl of Chex.
Oh, nice.
Bowl of cereal. I already have a big head. Really, it's hard to find hats. My wife said, "Don't brag on him, Daniel. His head will get big."
I see. You need a bit of moral support from time to time.
Uncle Bucks, the learning curve is steep when you're a bit slow. That's right. And then Tezzeret said bigger. He already has an exceptionally large head. That's right. Uncle Buck said my comment may bring him back down to earth. It's kind of hard for me to get off the earth. I'm pretty big. I'm held down pretty well myself. All right. So the title of this is Do I Listen to My Own Advice? And there's a reason for that. Because I, especially lately, have quite a lot been sending out very encouraging videos telling people to ignore their failures and just to get up and to continue moving. And that is easier said than done. I still agree with it. It's just one of those things that it is really good advice, but it's really hard to follow sometimes. Because like the past 3 or 4 days, the first week of this push to 1,000 subs, I was going up by a minimum of 10 to 15 a day. Minimum. There were days where I was going up 20, 30 subs. But the past little while, I've gone up from 400 to 408 subs now, I think, in like 3 or 4 days. And I am starting to get frustrated at the process a little bit because I'm pushing so hard. So I'm reworking things. I'm still posting every day, but I'm reworking a little bit how I'm doing that. And I just feel like I'm sitting in front of the computer editing all the time, and I don't actually have time to do the projects. So, but I'm still pushing forward, still moving towards that 1,000 subscriber goal. Still coming, having fun with all you. I'm still having fun with it, even though it's hard to describe how it is. Because on one hand, it's ridiculously awesome, and on the other hand, it's like I want to smash my head in sometimes. It's just that I don't know. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I want to keep going. It's stressful. My wife is awesome, by the way. She just washed the mug and brought it back.
Oh, that's so sweet.
All right. It's not all going to fit in there yet. It will. Okay. No, it won't.
Hey, Twan.
All right. Let's get this on the screen. There we go.
You got milk.
Sorry. What up? What'd you say?
To me?
Yeah.
I said you got milk.
Oh, I heard you cut me off. So I was like,
oh, sorry.
So I'm going,
not a basketball fan.
All right. Let's see. What do we have in the chat? Good morning, y'all. From Billy Martin, Minnesota Dad. Good morning. Southdown Waters Forge. Definitely hard to stay motivated. Reckon I can reach 1,000, but 1,000 subs, but the 4,000 hours is crazy. Yes, the 4,000 hours is crazy. That one, I don't. Even if I get 1,000 subs, I don't know if I'm going to meet that one. Oh. So, what you been up to, Dan? I said everything I planned.
Okay, no, I was just going to say I watched, I listened to a piece on the radio the other day by John Cleese. I don't know if you know who John Cleese is. He's like the comedian Monty Python guy.
Okay.
And he was talking about failure and standing up on stage as a comedian and like projecting these jokes that in his head he thought were hilarious, and everyone just looking at him with like blank expressions, like we pay money to see this guy. And the fact is, you've got to work through failure in order to succeed. Life is just this, or this is what I've always been told. Life is just a series of failures with the intermittent bits of like success, and you've got to work toward. And you're not failing; you're learning. And
absolutely.
And regardless of how bad. I'm trying not to swear desperately, regardless of how, difficult it is. You got to keep pushing and just think of it as a learning curve, because at some point in the future, you will get to that 4,000 hours and you will get those 1,000 subs. It's, you know, I guarantee, well, I'd like to be able to guarantee it 100%, but I'm pretty sure you will. You're such a lovely presenter. It's nice to watch you, and I really enjoy your channel. So I can't see why other people wouldn't. So you will get there, but you might not be in the partnership scheme for the entirety of that. But I'm here to help, to push and do that. You know, I think as a community, like you say, sticking together and working together through adversity really does, you know, it's a good thing, and hopefully we can get you there, but we'll see.
Yeah. there are a couple other channels that I've been talking about too that I like, and I like watching my stuff too, so I think I'm gonna get there too. So yeah, but we're also a little weird, so
a little.
A little, yeah, just a little bit. Someone asked me a question about the microphone. Did I get the microphone for videos, or did I already have it for something else before starting YouTube? It was sort of in between. I didn't get the microphone for videos. Well, I did get the microphone for videos, but I didn't get it specifically for YouTube. Before I started blacksmithing, before I started YouTube, I was in a pastoral ministry program. And I wanted to make like the videos that people watch in youth groups and stuff. I wanted to make some of those cool little like devotional type videos to trying to get people for people that like those things. That's what I was trying to do. That's why I got the microphone. It's a really cheap setup. It looks way more expensive than it is. But that's why I got the microphone. And I just had it and mounted it on my desk. So I have it. So I use it. Oh, don't.
Minnesota Dad said something that's quite interesting.
What we got?
He says about the one video. And I thought, why not recklessly abandon all sense and get a picture of Alex Steele and just smash it on your next blacksmithing video. because I've got one of those and it's got 50,000 views on it. So
there we go.
That's what you could do.
I can do that. I probably will now. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it though.
Yeah, that doesn't get you many subs though. And gets you a lot of hate. A lot of hate.
Yeah, only if you bash him in the video.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I thought I took a very sort of, you know, middle of the road approach to the one with his actual picture in the thumbnail, but perhaps I didn't.
Well, when people follow someone super strong, and then there's someone else who takes a middle of the road approach, the deep followers, middle of the road is like way too far over. So that's if you're not 100% behind someone that's big, you're gonna get people saying that you just totally threw them under the bus. But
yeah, no, I don't know. There's that sort of almost religious, what do they call? I want to say zealot, but it's not the word. But there's that sort of like that faith that what someone's saying is so honest and so true, regardless of the second video I made, that one about gas. Like the entirety of the beginning of the video is lies. It's all fabrication. There's no truth in it whatsoever. And they're like, sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into a rant. The hate I got. People telling me about gas, saying things to me like they can do this, that, and the other. It's like the higher your altitude is, the less likely you are to be able to fire weld with a gas forge. So if you're halfway up a hill, you know, you need to use coke. You can't argue the logic there if you want to fight. Anyway, I don't want to get onto that now. But it's just this, you know, yeah, they just insane belief that what he says is right. It's just like, oh my God, whoa.
Well, no matter who you are or what you're saying, when you get to a point of popularity like he is, there's going to be people that go, everything he says is 100% right. And it doesn't matter whether it's right or not. And there's going to be people on the other side that say everything he says is 100% wrong. And it doesn't matter, even if he's absolutely right on that thing. Whenever you get to that point of popularity, you're going to have extremes and not much middle ground.
Yeah.
Well, not much middle ground vocally anyways, because the vocal people are the extremes.
My intentions is to be middle ground, though. I'm not trying to say that his way's wrong or my way's right or whatever. The way I was taught isn't like, if we carried on doing things the way we're doing it when we first started whacking hot metal, we wouldn't be where we are now. So I'm not in no way, shape. And people say, "Oh, you're biased." I'm not biased. If someone else's way is better than someone and better than the way I'm doing it, I'd like to incorporate that into my practice. So I think
if I was still doing what I did when I started, I wouldn't even have a real anvil, or I'd be using a claw hammer, and I would have a chunk of steel about this big, about that thick, that was sitting on top of a sawhorse that had nails around it to hold it in place from moving around. And yeah, and that was my first setup. And there's no way that you wouldn't want to learn and grow and get beyond that initial, because using that setup, I had to hit things different, and I had to use different techniques to make that setup work than I use on a real anvil and with different styles of hammers.
Yeah, and going back to your original point about, are you listening to what you're actually saying, and are you losing motivation because the certain things that you were doing before aren't affecting the channel anymore? You need to evolve and change. And it's like, you know, you weren't failing, but you were making mistakes at the beginning, and now you're progressing. You've got the better anvil, you've got a better hammer, you know a little bit more, and you know that, and that in turn those failures have led to success, because you are better than you were when you started. You've got to be. There's no way you're not. Like, so yeah. It's just the law of craft, isn't it? You do it long enough, you get good at it, even if you are a cack-handed idiot at the start. So you're not a cack-handed idiot. I wasn't saying it.
Even if you still are. Oh yeah, that's, you got to learn, you got to grow, and a lot of that comes from what some people would say are total failures. You're using a different term. You're not calling them failures, you're calling them learning, but it's the same idea. It's just when people think about it as learning, it's easier for them to move on, but people get stuck into that. Well, I screwed up, so I just can't go on, and it just doesn't make sense to me, even though I am feeling the stress of, I don't know how long I can continue doing things at this pace. But like you said, I got to change. I got to figure out how to continue to move forward. And that's what I'm doing. I just really wanted to share those concerns, or that internal struggle of, how am I going to continue going forward? Because I don't always know. I just know I am.
You gotta have. So we'll come back to an Alex Steele video, and he talks about patience. And no, he makes a really good point. He makes a really good point about patience. He says certain types of patience are completely, they're just going to slow you down. If you wait for it to come to you, it's not going to come to you. So you still got to get up every morning. You still got to do what you got to do to get where you want to be. But you've got to keep doing it until you get there, and that's the patience. That's the patience that you need. If you're at A and you want to be at B, but it's going to take you a week to get there, you've got to walk for a week, haven't you? If you want to walk there, you've got to walk for a week. You can't get halfway there and go, "Oh, I'm bored of this now," and give up, because you ain't going to get to B, are you? So.
Nope. Paul's Garage said, "Screw up more. Just imagine how much you'll learn." I don't. I don't think I'm going to follow that advice. I'm not going to purposely screw up. That's logic, though. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, and that getting halfway there is directly connected to my trying to get to 1,000 subs, because I'm pretty close to halfway there. I'm at 400, and I mean that's 100 off of halfway there, but it's a whole lot closer than where I started. And that's kind of where some of this is coming from, is that I have been going and making great progress, and now I'm at a point where it's like, okay, that all paid off, and now I almost feel kind of stuck. And that's exactly what it is. I have to change something. And that patience thing, I already made, that's in one of my old Brain Farts videos. I don't remember which one, but that's the video. I'm pretty sure that's the video I talk about Alex Steele in, is that one with that patience. And I totally agree with that. Absolutely. That there is some patience that is not really patience. It's just being lazy. It's not getting up, not moving on, just waiting for something to come to you. It's not really patience. It's being lazy, and you actually have to get up and work for something and be patient while you're working.
Yeah.
Christ-Centered Ironworks popped in. What did he say? Hey, Twan and Dan, great to see y'all this morning. Just wanted to pop in for a short moment before I start my day to give a little encouragement. Thank you so much, Roy. Roy has been a great help in this journey to 1,000 subs. He's talked about me on one of his live streams. I think it was Brian Neely, one of our mutual subscribers, asked him if he would call me out, and he did. And you guys are awesome. You were saying something, Dan, while I started talking there.
Yes. No, Roy. Hey, Roy. I would love for my channel to, I know my channel's getting there, but I'd love it to be so I could concentrate more on it. You were talking about editing all the time, and just seems to spend all your time sitting in front of a computer editing. You're not making any videos, and it gets to the point where you're getting 4 hours sleep a day. Because I work for a company doing some driving and moving art and stuff like that, and sort of large sculptures and stuff, and that takes up a bit of time during the day, 3 days a week. So I could do about 30 to 40 hours 3 days a week, and then I'm in the workshop for the rest of the time, and then I'm trying to edit videos on top, and it's so consuming. And you get up some mornings, you think, why the hell am I bothering to do this? And then you guys like you, Twan, and then I saw Dragon69 just there, Roy, everyone that's on the channel, and they comment, and it's great. It's really great feeling, and I really enjoy making the videos as well. So hopefully one day it'll become easier, but we've all got our bits of slog and stuff to get through. Does that make any sense?
Yes, I totally get that, because there are so many times when, and this, it sounds kind of bad on one level, because it kind of sounds like I'm getting the worth out of how people respond to it, but that's not really what it is. It's just when I upload a video and I get people commenting on it, it does have a really great feeling, and it's okay. It helps give a little hope to, okay, this isn't pointless. People are watching it, people are enjoying it. I'm not just making a video that makes a fool of myself and everybody's calling me stupid, which some people have called me stupid. I forgot what the comment was. I had my first just flat out mean comment the other day. I don't remember who did it, but they literally just logged on and said boring. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever. I'm still gonna keep moving.
Yeah, haters gonna hate, right?
Yup.
I was going to do a video about this. I've got a terrible habit of, if someone makes a comment and they've really not thought about the comment that they've made, they've just made some really brash statement, like, I'm nailing you. And it never goes down well, because someone else will get involved halfway through, because they're arguing a point that's retarded. Oh shit. Oh, they're arguing a point that isn't very good. Sorry, Twan.
It's all good.
You can bleep that out later. And it winds you up to the point where it's like, I'm really working really hard at this, and your point, and I don't do it anymore. I've stopped doing it. But people are just, oh God, it makes you so angry. You just got to let it over your head. I was going to do a video about that I was going to do a failures video. You did one the other day, and I thought I was going to bring some of these comments up and stuff, because it's quite interesting, all that, the psychology of newbies and their idea of how good they are, and reflecting and putting really stupid comments on other people's YouTube videos. It's quite interesting. So
yeah, I am the video coming out Monday. I'm not finished editing it yet, but it was supposed to be a really small project that was going to get done really quick, that was going to be really easy to film and really easy to just get edited and get up real quick. I ended up with like almost 2 hours of video, because I just turned this camera on and started recording, and I had my other camera here recording my desk because I was working at my desk doing stuff. And I ended up with like 2 hours of video because the thing just wouldn't work right. So it was supposed to be turn it on. I have like 10 minutes of video, almost no editing, just no. So yeah, it's going to be another video that's connected to failure. It literally has a fail counter in it. So I'm getting very familiar with failure and very familiar with pushing past the failures. And that's the key there, is taking them and using it to learn, instead of looking at it and going, this is stupid, why am I continuing? But at the same time, while you're going through it, it's really hard to do it, and it's hard to not have that thought go through your head of, why am I still doing this? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And you have, so the first thing, day one, I'm at uni, day one, we're all sat down, and our tutor, this massive bloke with, do you remember Dr. Robotnik from Sonic the Hedgehog? Did you ever play that? He looks just like him, except from he doesn't have an egg-shaped head. This really big, really tall blacksmith, farrier/blacksmith, Adrian Legg, his name is, and he's the course leader at Hereford. Well, for the blacksmithing, like at the actual forges. And he literally turns around to everyone in the room. He says, "You are nothing until you have done 10,000 hours of forge work, and until you get to that point, you know, you are learning, and you'll still be learning afterwards." But he's like, it takes that long. And I think you work it out, it takes like 10 years. If you do an 8-hour day every day for 10 years, I think it's something that's about 10,000 hours. 10 or is it 5? It might be 5. Anyway, I can't remember. But it takes a long time, and you've got to put hour after hour after hour in, and you've got to expect to make mistakes. You've got to expect, you know, to, like Roy was saying last night on his live stream, he was doing some collar, and he was just like, he completely measured the collar wrong. Well, he marked it, or he put the mark on somewhere wrong. Sorry, I'm not having a dig, Roy. But there was he made a mistake. He hands up. He knew he'd made a mistake. As soon as the collar went round, I was like, oh, that's a bit short. The mistake was made, and he said, I'm going to cut it off, I'm going to restart, and I'm going to get on with it. And the difference between him and someone that's just starting out is the panic, where you go, oh God, it's all falling to parts and it's going wrong. It's no, You made a mistake, work out where the mistake happened and learn from it and move forward, because that's the best thing you can do, really. So that's the only thing you can do, or give up. That's your other choice.
Yeah, that's really all you can do, is either learn from it and keep moving, or give up and go do something else. And yeah, and that's that point that people that are that seem to be on that higher level, like Roy, who's been doing this a lot. He's been his full-time gig for years now. And like you just said, people in that position still make mistakes, and you have to understand you're going to continue to make mistakes as you get bigger.
So a video that will be coming out soon. I wasn't going to say anything, but I will say something for you. I'm working with another YouTuber on a project, and it's involving Damascus, and it's completely failed. And I don't know who's. I know when the failure happened. As to how the failures, what the cause of the failure is, it's probably my fault, and I'm not denying that. But I know when it happened, and I know what, because I got 2 billets of Damascus, because in case a failure happens. And I thought, well, this is it's going to make a great. It looks gorgeous, except from it's got a big old crack in it. But yeah, I personally don't choose to make Damascus steel for whatever like, I don't enjoy doing it particularly. But this opportunity has been given to me, so I'm working through it. And I know that the Damascus that this guy makes is it's always made of scrap metal. He uses gas as well for his, and I'm using coke, so I'm not sure where the problems come in. And it's split where 4 pieces of steel have come together to make, and it's split down where the 4 pieces of steel have come together. So it's not the actual welds are delaminating, it's the welds where they've, anyway. So it's this really awful problem that's causing me grief now, because I've got to go, where did I make the mistake and how can I fix it? I can't fix it. I'm just going to have to make another hammer. So because I've got 2 billets, unfortunately, I think I know what I made the mistake doing, but we'll find out when I break the next one, won't we?
Oh, and that's one of the things I think I know, because I'm still kind of there. A lot of smiths, or in anytime when you're making something, someone is afraid to mess up at that point, where the deeper in you get, the more they're afraid to mess up. Because like with that, the Damascus already has a ton of work in it, turning it into a Damascus billet instead of just a regular billet of steel. And then once you take that and turn it into something else, there's it's like it's more, it seems like it's more important to not fail, because there's so much into it already. And if you do fail, it seems like there's more that gets thrown away.
Yeah. I can 100% say that my nerves yesterday, whilst we were doing the project, are just shot to bits because it was everything, and you're putting it in the fire, and you're trying to get it up to a good temperature. And because I'm working with coke, I have to be working at a welding temperature or as close as possible. And then it's coming out of the fire and it's hitting that cold anvil. So I pre-warmed my anvil. I've been pre-warming all the tools. It's just like, I never do this. I just get it hot and I hit it and it comes out, and it's like, I've made enough hammers now. It's like, and that's why I wanted to show the process of making these new hammers that I'm making. Because they are going to be the hammers that I'm going to do in this project that we're doing. It's just, it's really frustrating, because you put care and love into this stuff, and then and someone else made it as well. And that is another thing. Someone else made that Damascus, and
yes,
and I feel like I'm not. I know I'm not failing. And I said to this guy, like, I've not done this before. I've chosen not to do it. It's something that I wouldn't personally do. I've got a customer who wants to come up and make some Damascus soon, so we are going to be making some Damascus. But I've got no fingernails left at the minute.
Yeah, there's a difference between the anxiety of screwing up your own work and screwing up someone else's work. Because when it's your own work, you're only screwing up for yourself. You're throwing away your work. So when the anxiety of trying not to let down that other person comes in, it's a whole different ball game. Oh, I haven't looked at any comments at all. Ben Toombs says he makes mistakes, and he sent Daniel Moss a few pictures of his mistakes. Ben Toombs is talking a lot. She loves making hearts. Who loves making hearts? What did I miss? They're having their own little conversation in there. I guess I don't need to really look at it too much because they're not talking to me. They're talking to each other, which is great. I love it. That's one of the things I love about the whole YouTube thing in general is the community that forms. And I've said it before, and I'm sure I'll say it again, but that community is not just me and Dan and Roy and the other people that are making videos. It's everyone involved. It's all you guys in here watching and commenting, and whether you're commenting to us or each other, it's growing that connection. And I want this to be something that you guys actually care about, which is why I don't want like the sub for subs. Yes, I want to get to 1,000 subs before February 20th, but I don't want pointless subs. And I kind of just jump topics there, but
Mr. Toombs, he did send me some pictures of his stuff, and they're not failures at all. In no way, shape, or form are they failures. I got a picture of like a railroad spike knife and a hatchet or a tomahawk or something, and they're not failures, dude. They're really good. I really like them. So keep up the good work for sure.
Well, all right. I think we are kind of running out of being able to have a consistent conversation and be entertaining. So does anybody have any questions they want to ask either me or Daniel before we get out of here? Oh, I like throwing that out there because I want to get, like I just said, I want to get your interaction to this. So, and that's the thing I like about live streams. Actually, that was my favorite thing about the first live stream I did, was hearing from you guys and being able to respond directly and immediately to your questions. And that interaction I just like. But I don't like this delay because I asked you and now I'm sitting here talking to fill time waiting for you to answer. Oh. Can I draw a heart on your anvil? I don't care if you draw a heart on my anvil, just don't screw up the face. That was my wife. Pancakes or waffles? Oh, it really depends on the situation. Oh my. Okay, who said it? Paul's Garage said, "You want entertaining? Drink some hot sauce live." And my wife just walked into the room and handed me some Dave's Total Insanity sauce. So no, I think I have to do this now, don't I, Dan?
Earn your supper.
You gonna bring me a chip or anything to put it on? Oh, this stuff is hot too. It's not as hot as it can get. I don't know what the actual Scoville on it is, but you know how hot sauce have on the side, they have that like meter that says, okay, this is mild, this is hot, this is ridiculous. This is insane. It's not going to focus because I have it on manual focus, but that says insane. Yeah. You should see the ridiculous smile on her face right now. She is so proud of herself. Oh, all right. I guess I will. Yeah, thanks, Paul. Paul said glad to help, sir. Yeah, thanks. Oh. All right. I'll do it. And then, do I have any milk left? I don't have any milk left. This is going to be fun. Oh, come on. This stuff.
Come on, Twan.
All right. Oh, so some people ask questions. I saw them, and then they went away. Hey, Taz?
There was a question about are we going to be doing live streams more regular?
I plan on doing more regular live streams. Thank you. Can you? Oh, Dan's reading questions. Never mind. I plan on doing live streams more regular. I am really enjoying them. Oh, wow.
Ben Toom says, "What's your favorite caramel?"
What do you mean by what's my favorite caramel?
I think that's what he said.
I mean, okay. I like caramel. I don't know if you mean something. Yeah. Okay, this stuff
cereal.
Is hot. It's
Sorry,
on there.
It said cereal. What's your favorite cereal? I read it.
Cereal.
I read it at a glance. And then...
Okay. What was it? I don't really eat a lot of cereal. Peanut butter cereal is often my favorite. So like Reese's cereal or the Captain Crunch peanut butter or just boring stuff like Cheerios. Yeah.
I'm getting the shot so that people aren't like, what are you looking at?
My wife is back here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Okay. Thanks, Paul. Thanks,
Paul.
Honey. Yeah. Okay. Find another question for me because I'm not going to be able to do anything right now for a minute.
Uncle Buck said he tried to stop you. He said, don't do it. Now he's going to watch you drink that stuff.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for trying to stop me, Uncle Buck.
Science Addict asked if you were ever going to come up with a name for eating the hottest pepper in the world.
I don't know if wow, this stuff is hot. I'm gonna try not to drink the milk though. I don't know if we're ever gonna come up with a name. If you think you have a good name, leave it in the comments underneath one of those videos. Oh wow. That's good stuff. Or bad stuff, depending on how you look at it. Oh, one of the things with hot sauce is there's two things that go into it. There's the actual flavor. Am I getting louder? I'm pretty sure I'm a lot louder right now. There is the actual flavor that you taste before it burns, but then most of the time the burn has a different characteristic to it. And this burn is nasty. The sauce itself was good, but the burn makes my mouth feel, yeah, this is a bad idea, and I regret every moment. Paul's Garage came up with a name for the pepper, and this is a bad idea, and I regret every moment of it, and that's a pretty accurate name. Okay. Oh, wow. This is not as bad as the other insanity sauce that I've had. It's coming down now. Okay.
You know what they say, Twan. If it burns on the way in.
Yeah. All right.
Drayson69 said, any chance for a spring fling blacksmithing vid, Twan and Dan? Any kind of breakout of winter thing?
Breakout of winter thing. When I can, I don't know about a specific breakout of winter thing, but when I can, I am going to do a bare bones get started blacksmithing video. I'm going to go back and get my original. Oh, that's still burning. Just okay. I'm going to go back and get my original setup with that big block of steel. And actually, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a bare bones video, and I'm going to make it with as simple of stuff as possible. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to get my original equipment out and do it with that, or if I'm going to say, make it a challenge to myself to get a blacksmithing setup to get started with only things that I would have if I never started blacksmithing. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I haven't decided. I might just make 2 videos.
Hopefully, people have been asking about a collaboration. Hopefully,
we've talked about collaborations in the past, but we just haven't come up with a good one to actually do.
Well, if I do get over to America this year, you're on the places to stop. So there will be, fingers crossed.
All right.
Something.
You're welcome to sleep on the couch.
Thank you very much. Do I have to share it with the dog? What was that?
I slept on the couch last night because it was just so comfortable.
Oh, excellent.
We were getting ready for bed, and she goes, "Would you be mad at me if I slept on the couch tonight?" No. I need to blow my nose. That's oh wow, that stuff will clear your sinuses. Just a minute. All right. I think Tuan live stream with a different blacksmith every time. I would love to if I can arrange it. I am already talking to some other guys in Australia about doing it. That one will probably have to be at a different time because it's like 2 a.m. there now, because that's what happened when Drew was on. He just happened to be awake, and he does now. Thank you. What time is it over there? I guess I'll get the answer in a minute. But I would love to do that. I want to get set up so I can actually do something on the live stream, but my forge it's powered by a leaf blower, so it's so loud when the forge is going that I don't know if I would be able to actually interact and talk. You wouldn't be able to hear anything other than just this. So I'm trying to figure out how I could do something in there. 2 a.m. Southtown Waters Forge said it was 2 a.m. That's Drew. Oh. Yes, I am planning on announcing future live streams, and my brain is not working anymore because it's not like the horseradish or wasabi. Yes, we do want to do. Jack, why? My dog just flipped over on top of my foot.
Minnesota's dad's 2-year-old was very interested in the dog, so that's why he's in here. Okay.
Jax, I mean, he literally just flopped down on my foot. I think, unless Dan has anything else to say, do ya?
Nope.
I think, unless my wife has anything else to say, since she's here, I'll give her the chance.
Thanks for making him do that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this live stream up. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, everybody that's going to watch the replay later. Thank you for visiting Warp Legacy. If you like this video, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. If you like what we're doing here at Warp Legacy, head on over to our Patreon page and show us some support there. Till next time, I'm Tuan. I'm with Dan. There you go. Go define your legacy.
Bye.